Welcome to Press Play Action. Mitchell Lea alongside Tommy Grant and Brandon too. And folks, 2024, it is officially in the past. However, we are not done with 2024 yet because Brandon and I know Tommy as well. And Tommy, you've been pulling your weight as far as the 2024 movies. Not quite as much as Brandon and I, but you are.
I am doing my
Your
part.
numbers up.
You mean not in
Yeah.
like the 80s range for movies?
You're not in the 80s, but I think you're in like the 40s, damn near the 50s. So you're
Look,
doing all right.
A younger, fatherless Tom would have been keeping up the numbers, but
That's fair.
sadly, my movie going abilities have disappeared, and I have to.
He's
wait
doing this from the seat of his couch.
See, luckily Mitchell and I live in are working jobs that allow us the ability to go to a movie on a random Wednesday, 1 p.m.
I would love.
I
would
have
love
no kids
that.
that I know of, so I'm just a bit able to.
I was gonna say,
Um,
working for a sports company in like baseball particularly, like my off day could be on a Wednesday. So Wednesday at 2 p.m. I'm going
There
to
you
the
go.
movies and I'm
yeah,
by myself sitting there watching The Brutalist or whatever.
exactly. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Speaking of the Brutalist, we're not going to be able to see the Brutalist until next week, and that just feels like a movie that it's incomplete if you don't see it before your top 10.
I mean,
now that doesn't mean that it'll make the top 10,
right?
but given that it is the front runner for Best Picture, it's kind of like if we did the 2019 list before seeing 1917. You know, it's just kind of not complete.
Mitchell, I will say I heard Sean Fennessy talk about it and like give his review. It is what it is. I like Sean Fennessy, but my whole point is his whole argument was I could see why people don't like this movie, whatever. This movie is for people like Mitchell and I. This movie is for the people who will sit there and watch a 200-minute movie about a guy
I want
who
my
is an
damn
immigrant.
intermission.
Well, you'll get your intermission, right?
I've never been to a movie with an intermission before. I thought that I would get one when I saw The Hateful Eight, but they didn't have it.
Oh yeah, they only did it for the IMAX 70mm, I think is what they did. Yeah.
They only had it for that. So I mean, granted, that was only $240. If they're not going to have it for Oppenheimer, then or Killers of the Flower Moon. I figured I'm never going to see one.
We remember Scorsese's comments about Killers? Well, people can rewatch the moments they miss on their rewatch or whatever. And it's like, okay, Scorsese, calm down.
I'm fine with that, but yeah, I don't mind mind intermission, especially since I go to the movies and I see multiple movies at a time.
I go and I see 7 hours straight of movies, so I have no problem watching a 200-minute movie. But I completely understand somebody taking time out of their day to watch a 200-minute movie is a little bit extreme. And that's kind of what I was getting at. And I will say this, Mitchell, it's either Brody or Timothée Chalamet for Actor of the Year, for Best Actor. And
I'm hearing Brody's gonna run away with this thing, but
Mitchell, I will dare to say, and we can get on this like later because we're talking about anticipated movies here, but Chalamet might be nominated for 2 different movies. That's how incredible
he won't be nominated for Dune because
he should be.
All these awards people are just pretending Dune doesn't exist, and frankly, it pisses me off that just because a movie came out in March,
that movie didn't matter. It's like that movie might be the best movie of like the past 5 years.
Yeah, if that movie came out on November, if you switched Wicked and Dune 2's release date, and just that, not the quality of the movie, nothing of that, just 2 release dates, and you swapped them, Dune 2 would be getting way more awards recognition, and you would barely hear a thing about Wicked. Now, I'm a fan of both movies. I'm not hating on Wicked whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both. Yeah.
No. Yeah. There's a strong chance that both movies end up in my top 10. So, I'm not hating. But I just don't like how release date stuff tends to play a part in things.
We'll see.
But
because the Iron Claw fell to the same fate last year. Released very into December.
Yeah.
Not enough people saw it. Didn't get any nods.
Point is, the best list, as well as I like to partake in the worst list. Tommy, you might not have enough for that. Brandon, maybe you will.
Oh,
It's
I've got a worse list.
it's on the edge. You're gonna have to give me some worst list candidates, Mitchell. You're gonna have to give me some candidates to
Well, I
fill
keep
out.
telling you to watch stuff like Borderlands.
Yeah,
Seek
that's
that
a good
out.
call. Yep.
I mean, you've already seen the Madam Webs of the world, the Craven the Hunters of the world,
The Jokers of the world.
Well, I don't even think Joker would make a worse 10 on my
horror
list.
movies. You look up stuff like Night Swim, Imaginary.
That's
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language, Mitchell.
Yeah, exactly.
Shitty horror movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Tarot. The Strangers Chapter 1.
I should have bought that on
Just
Blu-ray.
go on Netflix.
It was like $5 on
Uglies.
Blu-rays the other day.
Uglies.
Okay.
Atlas.
Uglies. Nice.
Unfrosted.
Okay.
I'll get some. You've got options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But today's not about
I
the
filled
best.
out my list last year with a bunch of direct to smart.
Let's move on. This episode is not about 2024 movies, guys.
No, it's
not. Brandon filled out his entire 2023 worst list with like movies that went direct to smart fridges. Like no person has actually ever sat down and watched those movies instead of Brandon that went, I guess I'll wait on getting my salami and watch this 75 movie about breeding bugs or something. I don't know. But we're not here to talk about the best.
2025.
We're not here to talk about the worst. We're here to talk about the most anticipated movies of 2025. Now,
let's go.
This is a year that a lot of people are kind of like, all right, 2025, whatever. It's all about 2026. 2026 is what we want. That's when Nolan's got a movie.
Especially since they pushed back the Batman.
That's when Dune Messiah is coming out. That's when we've got whatever this Avengers thing with Dr. Doom and Robert Downey Jr. is coming out. So 2026 is kind of being seen as like the big like sparkle year, and 2025 is kind of being pushed to the side a little bit. And we're here to tell you why that shouldn't be the case with our top 10 most anticipated lists. So Tommy, as this is your first top 10 list with Brandon and I will break down how we do it. Usually we have a little bit of an honorable mention or something. We don't do that with the anticipated list because if you're not on this top 10 list, you suck. So, Tommy, I will let you pop your top 10 cherry with us right here, right now. Give us your 10 through 6 most anticipated movies of 2025.
We're going straight 10 through 6? My God.
10 through 6, and then we do 5 through 4, or 5 through 2, and then we give our number ones. That's how we do it.
Okay. I'll start it off then. So number 10, I have September 5th. Have you guys seen that one?
That's technically a 2024
That's technically
movie.
2024, but I love you.
Up already.
No. I love you because that movie might make my top 10 list of 2024. Like that movie looks
glad
sick.
to hear you love me.
That movie looks sick. That movie is awesome. Like that trailer looks good.
Actually,
so I'm all about it.
I did look over that because it says release date January 17th, but I guess it was limited release.
Yeah, it technically was released in LA and New York, and
well, fuck them. I'm still counting as 2025.
No, I'll allow it. I'll allow it, Mitchell. I'll allow it because that movie's awesome. I think we should.
You know
about
my
it.
stance, but sure.
It looked good.
No,
all
it did. It did.
On. Number 9, I have
Brutalist
Elio from Pixar. Because
Elio,
I love me some Pixar.
Yeah, and did you say you said Elio, right? Elio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that in June?
I believe so. Then in number 8, we have Avatar 3.
Fire and Ash.
Yep. And then 7, we have 28 Years Later. And 6 is Now You See Me 3.
Oh, I love it.
This man has Now You See Me 3 above Avatar 3.
Above 28 Years Later?
Hell yeah.
There's no hope for you. Okay, but can you explain why? Were you a big fan of Now You See Me? Where were you on our Now You See Me podcast?
I know.
Motherfucker, I was in a wonderful place called Quantico, okay? So get off my ass.
Yeah, well.
Said suck it. I work for
I guess now we didn't see you for that.
He said I work for a 3-letter acronym. Suck it.
Yeah, no,
all right,
I
some good choices.
I told you I had a lot of problems making this top 10 list. I don't know. I would love to put Avatar higher on the list, but Avatar is one of those visually appealing movies to me, whereas the story's kind of just 28 years later, I have slightly higher than Avatar because, again, the cast looks pretty good, but it's one of those really anticipated movies because everybody has been waiting for this movie to come out for little years now. And Now You See Me 3 is a fantastic cast. I mean, it's hard not to love that cast. And the stories have been pretty fun to watch, and it's just an entertaining movie. So I know I'm going to enjoy it, even if, the storyline sucks. The cast will be fun to watch.
All right, Brandon.
Can you go, Mitchell? I'm still formulating my list.
All right, my 10 through 6.
On,
This assignment was due a while ago, but I will give some honorable mentions, even though I just said fuck honorable mentions. 28 years later, very nearly made my list.
I can't believe it didn't make your list. Honestly,
I'm ashamed.
A movie that should have made my list but just didn't was a movie called Marty Supreme.
Yep, Marty Supreme.
Brandon, I bet you it would have made the list had he actually went out and saw 28 Days Later.
That's the reason why I'm not putting it on my list because I haven't seen it.
You can't find it anywhere. You can't find it on streaming. It's $80 something on Amazon to buy the 2 sequels, like the 2 movies. Like, what are we doing?
It's rough. Marty Supreme is a movie from one of the Safdie brothers made Good Time and Uncut Gems. One of them's making this, and it stars my boy Timothée Chalamet. So it very nearly made the list. Ballerina, the John Wick movie, almost made my list. And do you know what's not on this list at all in any capacity?
Snow White.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Stop.
All right.
Fuck you.
Let's go.
I'm going to cheat with my top 10. I'm going to cheat on my 10th movie.
You don't get to put the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm putting the Marvel Cinematic Universe in my
pick
a
movie.
It's my list. It's my anticipated list. I can do what I want with it. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm leaving it out.
Mitchell, how about you follow your own goddamn rules and start with number fucking 10?
All right, number 10, Predator Badlands, coming out on November 7th. I was a big fan of Prey, and this is from the same director as Prey. So I'm really and this is coming out in theaters this time around. So I'm really hoping that we get another good Predator movie, and this time we get to see it on the big screen on November 7th. Number 9.
Real quick, is that like a prequel to Prey? Is it like a follow-up? Like, what exactly, like, where are we in the Predator universe?
I have no idea.
Do you know? Okay. Because I haven't heard a lot about it, so that's where I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. But
the only thing I know is that it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who made Prey and 10 Cloverfield Lane, written by him, and it stars Elle Fanning. That's all I know.
Okay. I mean, I can get behind that.
I don't need to know.
It's enough to get behind that. Yeah.
Exactly. Number 9 is the only movie on this list without a release date, but it is coming out on 2025, and that's Wake Up Dead Man. That is the next Knives Out movie. And so that'll be coming out in 2025. It's got another stacked cast. I know it's got Josh Brolin, Kaylee Spaney, Josh O'Connor from Challengers is going to be in it. But Daniel Craig returning as Benoit Blanc. I've loved both of the Knives Out movies, and so I'm very excited for this. Probably should be higher on this list if we're being completely honest. Number 8 is F1. That movie's going to come out.
I knew that was going to be on your list.
God, I love it, Mitchell.
June 27th. That trailer just gets me hyped. That's one that every time you play it in the theaters.
That trailer is just F1 cars racing around, and then at the very end it goes, Brad Pitt, F1? That trailer that provides no context.
But it gives you.
That's all Mitchell needed to know.
Here's what first. Great use of Queen, but it just lets you know that Joseph Kosinski, who directed Top Gun Maverick, is going to apply that same approach to Formula One racing, and it's going to have that same intensity and same like in the cockpit type feel that Top Gun Maverick had. So I can't wait to see this.
I'm going to put money down right now and say that the line Need for Speed is going to come up at some point in this movie.
I don't think it will.
I think it might.
But we'll have to place a bet on that. Number 7, The Battle of Bactan Cross. That comes out on August 8th. And it's from a director that I need to dig in more to his filmography. It's from Paul Thomas Anderson. And I do not like Phantom Thread at all. I did not like Licorice Pizza. But I bet I would like Magnolia or There Will Be Blood or Punch Drunk Love. But I don't care about any of that because the reason why it's number 7 is because it stars Leonardo DiCaprio. And whenever Leonardo DiCaprio is in a movie, it's going on the top 10 list because that guy just puts out pure gas every time he's on screen. And I can't wait to see whatever it is. So I know nothing about the movie, and I don't need to know anything about the movie except for the fact that it stars Leonardo DiCaprio. Number 6.
Hold on. I'm looking at the cast for this movie.
So it's incredible. It's
you have Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Elena Ham, Regina Hall, and then you have Jungle Pussy. You have a person whose name is Jungle Pussy in the cast. Yeah, this is going to go top 10.
What? I don't see that anywhere. Where are you looking?
I am looking on the cast list on IMDb.
That is
IMDb? Okay, I'm looking at...
That is actually what is...
Let me see if you just pulled that out of your ass. Okay.
We could have a Jackie Chan situation on our hands. Like, we could.
I literally do not see that. I don't see that anywhere.
Well, continue with your list. I'm taking a picture right now and sending it to you.
Yeah, I just don't see that. I think you made it up. All right, so number 6 is Superman. That one comes out July 11th. James Gunn revitalizing the DC universe after Zack Snyder fucked it in the dirt. I'm excited to see what this movie looks like. It's definitely the superhero movie I'm anticipating the most this year because none of the Marvel movies really give me too much excitement. If I had to pick one, it would be the Fantastic Four, but I just hate the casting of Pedro Pascal so much that I can't really get excited for.
We're avoiding it. We're avoiding this. We're avoiding this conversation.
Captain America Brave New World looks awful. Thunderbolts could be fun, but I'm not like really excited for it. And Fantastic Four First Steps, again, that casting just really turns me off.
You're a terrible human being.
But what casting I do like, we'll see about David Cornsweet as Superman, but Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is enough to get me really excited because that man has been on a tear right now. He's doing really well.
Turning into like the... Nick Hoult is... If it wasn't for Glenn Powell and Timothy Chalamet, Nick Hoult would be the guy, right? Like, yeah. He's turning into the Jesse Plemons of like, if he's attached to something, it's going to be good.
Nah, Tommy, I think Google's fucking with you.
Nah.
Because I haven't seen that name in any other casting. IMDb, Wikipedia. Tommy, I think your Google searches are starting to cross into other things.
Man.
Dude, if that's my Google search is getting across, then I'm living a very dark life and I need therapy.
That's hilarious.
All right, Brandon, have you finished your homework?
Yeah. No, I have. No, I was just, setting things up. Wanted to get some honorable mentions in there because I don't care. I don't care about your rules, Mitchell. I'm not a rules follower. I don't. We're gonna have as many honorable mentions as I want. We're gonna start with Dirty. We're gonna start with Dirty Dancing 2 as an honorable mention. I like the first Dirty Dancing, and yeah, I'm here for it. My second honorable mention would be Saul.
Dirty Dancing 2 when the man that made Dirty Dancing is no longer on this beautiful earth.
Well, hopefully they do it justice.
Hey, the man that made Top Gun was no longer on the earth.
Yeah,
they made Top Gun 2.
And they made Top Gun Maverick. So.
I meant like the actor that made Dirty
Dancing.
No,
agreed. I'm with you. Hopefully it's as good as the first one. I'm not asking for much. Well, I don't think Dirty Dancing is like the greatest movie ever. You know what I mean?
Did the Roadhouse remake live up to the original?
I have some opinions on
Answer me that.
the remake
Answer me that
Roadhouse. If
question.
you actually
Yeah,
want my opinion,
he liked the
yeah,
Roadhouse
I like
remake.
Roadhouse.
Oh.
I haven't
Now,
seen it.
granted, Conor McGregor's character is like, I think he understood the assignment and no one else did.
Patrick
But
Swayze is rolling in
I
his
mean,
grave right now,
you know,
Brandon.
yeah, well, fair. The another movie, just because I enjoy these movies. I'm a sick person. Saw 11 is on my honorable mention list too.
All you.
Yeah, that's all me. Yep, and I think that's basically it for honorable mentions. The Bad Guys too. I'm like kind of excited for because The Bad Guys was kind of good.
Fun movie.
Yeah, fun movie. Freakier Friday, that's on like my honorable mentions. I like the
Nope.
first Freaky Friday.
I
Is the
do
sequel gonna be bad? Like we'll
That's
see.
a movie
Like
that
I
does
don't
not
know.
need the sequel.
Like
Yeah,
yeah,
doesn't need to exist.
the last one I will mention in terms of honorable mentions, I
Didn't you say you
believe
were done with honorable mentions?
I believe well, two. Identity is going to be a good movie. Identity will be a good movie.
What?
I 100%
What the
back
hell is identity?
Hang on.
It's
Hang on,
about a
Brandon.
sketch artist and a cop work together to unravel the identity of an elusive killer.
Brandon.
You got me hooked.
Who's in it?
No, stop. Brandon, we are talking about most anticipated movies.
We are talking
a
about
lot
what?
of the movies coming out this year will be good. We're talking about most anticipated. Enough with your honorable mentions. What is your number 10?
That's fair.
This man's just making shit up.
This fucker didn't do his homework. He's probably still making his list right
choose
now.
to live in a world where if you give me a serial killer and you give me a Nas Khan doing as director, I'm about it. I'm not making shit up. It's literally on IMDb. You can find it. It's there. Um, well, I could have said Mathregan 2.0. Like, do you want me to say Mathregan 2.0? I liked Megan, but am I going to put
I
Megan
want
2.0
you
on my
to say
honorable
what you
mention?
want
Like,
to
no.
Wait. Hold on. This man said, if you give me a Nas Khan as a director, I'm going to take it.
I just made that up.
Who?
I don't know who a Nas Khan is. No, but dude, look, a sketch artist and a cop work together to unravel the identity of an elusive killer. I'm here for it. Like Mitchell, my fourth favorite movie so far of 2024 is an FBI procedural called The Order from last year that you apparently didn't see. You had no idea what it was, and Nick Holt was in it. So give me credit. Give me credit.
I will give him credit for this, okay? In 2022, Brandon sat up here and said, you know what I'm looking forward to? And no one had ever heard of this. Brandon's like, I really can't wait to see this movie called Everything Ever All at Once, because it's got Jackie Chan in it. And it didn't have Jackie Chan in it at all.
No, it had nothing to do with racism. I got fooled by Wikipedia. Wikipedia got me.
So you know what? I have no doubt that Identity is going to be a fantastic movie, but you won't get your Anas Khan directing.
I would love.
I have no idea who Anas Khan is.
I would love it if the plot twist of Identity is the sketch artist is actually blind and it's just
is blind. That'd be amazing. But yeah, to actually get to my list,
the twist is Jackie Chan is in this one.
Yeah, that'd be great. Speaking of Jackie Chan, Karate Kid Legends.
Oh shit! What a transition!
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was a joke. That was an honorable mention for me.
Oh,
I like.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Okay. Number 10, Mitchell, you'll appreciate this. The Black Phone 2. I like the first
think
Black
it needs
Phone.
A sequel.
I don't think it needs a sequel.
I really like the movie, but
let's see what happens. I'm kind of here for it. I like the first one. I'm gonna cheat with number 9. I'm putting the MCU at number 9. I don't
can't cheat anymore. You gave enough honorable mentions.
No,
just go with number 9.
No. MCU. Okay, if I had to pick out of all the MCU movies,
rank the 3.
Okay, if I had to rank them, I'd actually go with Thunderbolts 1, Captain America 2, and I'm not excited about Fantastic Four.
Ooh, Pedro Pascal, one less person he's paid off.
It's nothing about Pedro. I don't know if they can do Fantastic Four well. We'll see.
All right. Well, I am putting Thunderbolts as your number 9.
Okay, that's fine. I actually am excited for Thunderbolts. I'm excited for the MCU, but I couldn't justify putting any of those
I am a true
movies in.
nerd alongside you, Brandon, and I love MCU. I hope
Right.
this is the year that kind of.
They need to get back on
I
track.
hope it bounces them back enough that people will
Right.
actually looking forward to the big movies that these are setting up for.
Right. Like Avengers with Doctor Doom and yeah.
'Cause that is what this year really is. It's going to be the true test for
It's a
Marvel.
setup.
They're setting everything up, and hopefully it works.
I will say this,
I will
Mitchell.
still enjoy them either way.
I will say this, Mitchell. I really don't think Marvel has missed many. The MCU hasn't missed many castings, so we'll see. I mean, not a lot. I mean, there's some, but not a ton. You can argue a few, but their casting is usually good. So we'll see
There
how
is
it plays
one
out.
Marvel movie that I truly will never watch again, and that was Ant-Man 3.
Wow, that's a tough one because I
That
actually
is the
like
worst
Ant Man and
one.
the one. I actually
That
like Ant
that's
Man
Oh
and
no,
Quantumania.
he said Ant-Man 3.
Oh,
He
three,
said
not no.
Quantumania.
Oh, he said Quantumania. Yeah, Quantumania is bad, but like
No, Quantumania is awful.
Jonathan
Good call.
Majors as Kang kind of like saved that movie for me. So
nope.
Yeah, it saved it
Not
from being an F.
yeah.
yeah, fair.
No. It saved me from turning it off.
Speaking of turning things off, Paul Thomas. No, I'm just kidding.
Brandon,
give me Marty Supreme, Timothy Chalamet in a movie. Automatically makes my list.
Marty
Just
Supreme. What is this movie about?
Marty Supreme. Mitchell
That's the
Mitchell
Timothy
mentioned it.
Chalamet movie. That's
It's
about like a ping pong player or something.
I mean,
Oh my god!
you got me sold. I can't wait for this. Like I can't absolutely wait.
Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, for some reason, Tyler the Creator.
Right, number 8. So number 8 for me.
Yeah.
I just saw Gwyneth Paltrow last night in Seven, which by the way might be a top 30 movie of all time. Seven is an amazing movie. Going back to my 2025 most anticipated list, number 7. Oh man, we got it again. Another Mission Impossible movie. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which is definitely not going to be the final one because they got 4 more coming, probably.
4 more.
So yeah, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is number 7 for me, and then number 6, Mitchell. I can't believe this wasn't on your list. Alto Nights. How is this not on your list? Give me Alto Nights.
The fuck is Alto Nights?
How do you not? Okay, I can't do this.
Alto Nights. Okay, let me look it up.
We haven't heard 5 through 1 yet.
Is Jackie Chan in this one too?
I'm pretty sure that's like a Godfather like sequel.
Yeah.
And if it's not Godfather sequel, it's like a Godfather related movie. It's got De Niro.
This stars someone named Cosmo Jarvis.
Barry Levinson is
cool
directing.
Name, bud. Barry Levinson is directing. You know what?
Mitchell, how have you not heard
cool.
of Alto Nights?
Yeah, that doesn't move anything for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, Robert De Niro doesn't move anything for Mitchell in the year 2025. That's fine. That's
not
my
unless
top,
he's working with Scorsese or Nolan or.
That's my 10 through 6.
Not on his own.
With a bunch of honorable mentions that will be left in this podcast because I don't follow the rules.
He's also playing Frank Costello. Like, didn't Jack Nicholson play Frank Costello in?
I'm pretty sure it's like The Godfather related or like The Departed related. It's one of those two. It's like in that universe. So.
Mm. Oh, that wasn't like actually Frank Costello. That was just a name.
Yeah, I think it's just a name. But give me Alto Nights. Look, anything Italian crime related, like here for it. Yeah. As you can tell, 10 through 6? Yeah, as you can tell, Tommy, I really like crime procedurals.
Hey man,
serial killers.
You like what you like. That's fine.
You know, Italian
hopefully they get a trailer for us soon. That comes out in March.
I swear I saw one.
Oh, I haven't seen one. So,
but I don't think it's like widely available.
All right, Tommy, 5 through 2.
Okay, so I'm giving number 2.
No, you're giving 5.
5 through 2.
All right. Number 5, I have Black Bag.
What the Black Bag?
That's like a guy tries to sneak a black bag on Am I?
Steven
Way off.
Soderbergh?
Way
It's
off.
Soderbergh, right?
Yeah. Kate Blanchett, Michael
I really only
Fassbender.
know it's
Yep.
Fassbender and Soderbergh. I don't really know like.
It's a spy
March
movie with
14th.
Oh,
Kate.
it's a spy movie. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where the actual fucking.
I thought this was like a Carry On situation.
No, God,
It
no,
was like a play
that would
movie.
not be a top movie for me.
I like Carry On.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be a top film for me though.
Fair. You just said that in a way where you just like turned and spat on it.
No.
You would like Carry On out there.
So,
Carry On. Puh.
So this movie is about a pair of intel officers whose marriage is tested when one of them is suspected of betraying her country.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the cast
Right up my alley.
You got Kate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender, you got Pierce Brosnan in it. So it's looking good.
Good.
That's number 5. Number 4, I have Fantastic Four because I figured, why not put that in 4th?
You just did that for the pun. It's okay. It's
Yes.
fine.
3, I have How to Train Your Dragon because that is one of the few live action remakes of a animated movie that I'm actually looking forward to this year.
The trailer didn't show much, but what it showed had me optimistic, and it returns the director of the animation.
Right.
So,
Not
as
only
well as
director,
Gerard Butler.
I was gonna say Gerard Butler's coming back.
I was also gonna say I haven't seen it, but I did get the Blu-ray for all 3 animated movies, so I can't wait to do that triple feature. I've never seen it, so I can't wait to do that triple feature.
Honestly, those are probably
this
one of the
movie comes
best animated movies to come out.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's probably my second favorite animated trilogy behind the Toy Story movies.
Okay,
that is probably one of the few animated movies that can rival Pixar.
Yeah. I will also point this out, Mitchell, as you said with the trailer, they showed that they could do a dragon.
Yes.
Well,
so man, watch
dragons, because
watch the animated movie and tell me that they brought that look into reality in a way that shouldn't work as well as it does.
Gotcha.
So that is my number 3. I'm highly looking forward to that because if it can do justice to the animated films, they can have a whole franchise on their hands with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my number 2 is The Bride. Going into the horror realm, I am definitely looking forward to this the most. There's quite a few
Del Toro.
What's that?
Yeah, this is Guillermo Del Toro, right? Yeah, this is Guillermo.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, there's 2 movies.
2 like Frankenstein movies coming out.
Frankenstein movie that Del Toro is making, but The Bride is actually being directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Okay, yeah.
Christian Bale, Jesse Buckley, Jake Gyllenhaal, Peter Skarsgård, Annette Bening, Penelope Cruz, and John Magaro. So it's got a pretty stacked cast.
We might get our research team on this. How close are those 2 release dates to each other?
Well, the Del Toro one doesn't have a release date yet because that's coming out on Netflix.
Yep.
Interesting. The Bride
I'm
is
looking forward to
September 26th.
This one more.
September
coming out in theaters like a real movie.
Yeah, and this one is going to be interesting because it's one of the few remakes of the original Bride of Frankenstein from 1935. And it's about a murdered young woman in 1930 Chicago is reborn again at the hands of Frankenstein, Christian Bale, and Dr. Euphronius. The bride becomes not only Frankenstein's romantic companion, but the subject of police scrutiny and the leader of a radical social movement. So it's going to be an interesting film to see, but I think it looks good. And so that's my number 2.
All right. My 5 through 2 now. Number 5, that would be Mickey 17, which was on my top 10 last year when we thought that was going to come out at the beginning of the year. And this was supposed to come out in January, and then it was supposed to come out in April, and now it's set for March 7th. So I will be ready to watch Mickey 17 on March 7th. For those of you who have somehow avoided it, this is Bong Joon-ho's follow-up to Parasite. I need to watch more of his movies because I know he's got a bunch of classics out there. I've seen Parasite. and I've seen Snowpiercer, and I've really liked both of those. There's
Snowpiercer was
also
awesome, by the way.
Snowpiercer was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish Chris Evans would go back to making more stuff like that. Um, this also stars Robert Pattinson, who is approaching like that DiCaprio Chalamet. Like, if you're in a movie, I'm like putting it near or on my top 10 list
Yep.
level of
I
guy.
think Pattinson got dirty from Hollywood. I mean, they typecast him after the whole Twilight series. Like, he really
They
wasn't.
did, but he worked really hard to get out of that.
But
He's
that's
like,
what
I'm
I'm saying.
only going to be in
He shouldn't
indie
have
stuff
had
and
to
work
do
my
that.
way back up.
He
Right.
shouldn't have had to have that long of a time gap between the Twilight and actually people being like, "Oh, he's an actual good actor."
What was his best indie film after Twilight, Mitchell? Am I thinking of the right one? Was it
He was in a movie in 2014 called The Rover, and a lot of people
Yeah.
were like, okay, he was pretty good in that, really good. And then he was in The Lost City of Z and Good Time in 2017.
Yep. Good
And
Time is what I was
Time is the
thinking of.
one where everyone's like,
Yes.
holy shit. And that was the one where I was like, you know what? I know it doesn't have anything to do with this movie, but I feel like he could play Batman. I feel like he's got the chops. I know this movie has nothing to do with Batman, and very different vibes.
Spectrum was telling him this man can play Batman.
I just left that movie going, you know what? I think that's Batman. And so when they cast him, I was like, this is perfect. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And he's been great. Hopefully we get to see another fucking Batman movie at some point. I wanted to put that on this list.
Is that 2026?
No,
it's 2027.
They pushed it back that much?
They pushed it back to 2027.
So what happened? Like seriously, what happened?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to do some investigative reporting.
Honestly, I think it has to do with James Gunn and how he's organizing all the films coming out.
That's fair.
I don't know if that's it, but
I don't know if they're connected. Look, I just want another Batman. Like
Number 4.
Give me Batman. But awesome.
Number 4 was a movie that was not on this list until recently. That is Wicked for Good, which comes out November 21st.
I guess that was on your list too.
I really enjoyed the first part of Wicked, and so now we see the second part, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I know what happens, and it is bizarre, but I'm here for it. Let's do it. Number 3, Sinners. This movie comes out on April 18th. Directed by Ryan Coogler, and it's not an MCU movie. That's all you got to tell me right there, because Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan make one hell of a combo. They did Black Panther together, and that was a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed that, and I actually liked Wakanda Forever even more than the first Black Panther. But Fruitvale Station and Creed, like the work that they were able to do before any of that, was just spectacular stuff. I mean, Creed is one of the best movies of 2015 easily. And Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld's also in this as well. And apparently this has something to do with vampires or something like that. I could not be more in for this movie. Also, there's a theory going around, and I subscribe to this theory. Michael B. Jordan is playing like brothers in this movie. Yeah, I really think that was supposed to be Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, I think I've seen that theory too, where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, Majors. I think that's what was supposed to happen, and
which would have been sick if it had been Majors in.
Yeah, could have done Daniel Kaluuya, but maybe he wasn't available. I don't know. I'm sure Michael B. Jordan will kill it either way. And number 2, Brandon, you already mentioned it. May 23rd, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Wow, 2.
Yeah, 2025 is not really a banner year, but maybe the movies that come out, I'll be blown away. I'm sure that's what will happen. But I have loved all of the Mission Impossible movies going back to when they kind of, I don't want to say rebooted it with Ghost Protocol, but it kind of took on a different momentum after that movie. It was a lot about Tom Cruise and the stunts and this big ensemble of his team after that. So ever since they did that with Ghost Protocol, then Rogue Nation, then Fallout, and then Dead Reckoning, which came before this. I've loved all of those movies. So keep giving me the Mission Impossible goods. I'm sure this is going to be incredible. Brandon?
Yeah, number 5, Puniverse Monsters Assemble. I can't even get the joke out. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke.
I was about to strangle you through the
It was a
screen.
joke. I probably won't even watch it in theaters, honestly. Those movies shouldn't be made. Yeah, number 5, same number 5 as you, Mitchell. Mickey 17.
Nice.
Robert Pattinson. I mean, look, his next film after Parasite, I'm in. Let's see where this goes. The trailer also very good and very good use of a really good song. So, yeah, I'm on for it. Number 4, another movie that you've already mentioned, Mitchell. I love Knives Out. I love Glass Onion. Wake Up Dead Man is gonna slap. Let's go. I can't wait for this. Honestly, give me like 7 more of these movies.
I
Because
hope they release it in theaters the same way they did with Glass Onion.
I will
Won't
be
we
there
just let this
day
go straight to
one. I
Netflix?
will be there day one if they do.
Yeah,
I will be
same.
there in Dolby ready to watch this. Number 3 for me, this trailer, I texted it in the group, Mitchell, the other day. This trailer is pure gas. 28 years later has me fired up. I'm going to find a way to watch the first 2 films. If I had to drop $80 on both Blu-rays, I will do it because
I have
I
a feeling
need
as
to
we
see
get
the first 2
closer to the
movies.
movie coming out, I would hope that they'll have a revival and be like, "Hey, sorry that we made this movie unavailable to the fucking world. Here you go."
Here's the 2 movies. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I can find it somewhere, like on sale somewhere, I will immediately buy the Blu-ray and the DVD. Because I've heard Cillian Murphy is like awesome in like the first one, like you were
Yes, it
saying
is.
on one of the other podcasts, Tommy. So yeah.
I
Number
wanted to watch it, man.
I know,
I did.
same. I wanted to watch it, but I'm not going to drop $80. But if we get closer and closer, Mitchell, I might drop $80. Like I'm sick of it. Like I truly am. Like I want to see this trilogy. To be honest with you, number 2 for me, James Gunn tied to anything superhero.
Yes.
I'm all for it. Give me Superman. That trailer looks sick. So yeah, number 2, Superman. And Mitchell, you already mentioned this as my 1. Can I just go
Oh,
ahead and
you
mention it?
go for it.
This movie is going to be unbelievable. Sinners is about to be
Oh,
a top
nice.
3 movie of 2025. I can't picture a world where Sinners doesn't smack at the box office. Like vampires, Ryan Coogler, and Michael B. Jordan. And yeah, I mean, this movie is about to be awesome. Like I can't wait for it. That's my top 10 list, and I think Sinners actually at 1 is a very clear number 1 for me. Every time I see that trailer in theaters, I just get more and more hyped to see that movie. It's
Well,
kind of like a
now I
Dune
want to
Part
watch it.
2 feeling, It's yeah, exactly. It's infectious, It's infectious like these vampires about to suck some blood. So, you know,
That
I just
hasn't been
can't.
confirmed, by the way. It
No,
might not be
come
about
on, it is
vampires.
vampires. It is vampires. We can
I
only
think it
hope it's
will be, but
vampires. We can only hope it's vampires.
Tommy, what's your number 1?
Well, since you were so mean at the beginning, I'm gonna have to say it now. It's Superman. I
Okay.
I
Yes.
cannot wait because Superman was never my favorite, but I love James Gunn. I love everything he's done with Marvel. I think he was a phenomenal idea from DC to hopefully pull them out of the dumps that they have just been waddling in for the past decade. I think this might be what DC needs to kind of just say, hey, we can actually still make good movies because they haven't made anything good in the last couple of years. The Flash was decent. Aside from the new Batman movies, which is standalone from the DC universe,
Hmm.
this is what they need. And I know a lot of the early reactions are saying it's very similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, so I'm hopeful for this movie. So yeah, give me Superman for number one.
I will say I'm surprised that none of you took Jurassic World
No, fuck
Stop.
that.
Rebirth
Fuck
because
No.
that
it is from
movie.
the. Well, here's the thing, it's from the director of Rogue One and the creator, and it's got a whole different cast with Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey.
I,
So I actually am looking forward to it
It's
simply because of the
probably going
on,
talent
to be
involved.
so
good,
here's my
but
thing. On
why
paper,
do we need another Jurassic World movie?
that
5
I'm
years
with you
set.
on that. I'm
on
with you
paper,
on
I
that.
think Jurassic Rebirth looks phenomenal.
It does.
But,
It
but at
does.
the end
But
of the day, I think this franchise has had its moment. I think it needs to be done.
I can agree with you on that. I'm willing to give the people involved a chance,
Now,
but I
now,
totally understand. It's
is
not my
this
number one.
movie is this movie a standalone from the rest, or is this like a continuation, a
I
prequel?
don't know.
it seems like a continuation because it's set 5 years after
Oh,
World
okay.
Dominion. It's set 5 years
Yeah.
after Dominion, so I would assume it's a continuation.
So, like, are we gonna have a new
But
island that magically just exists now? Like
Yeah,
what
why
is?
not?
but Mitchell, Jurassic World is so far down on my like
No,
priorities to
I
watch.
get that
Like
because
I'd rather see. I haven't ever seen that Nobody. I'd rather see Nobody 2 before I saw Jurassic World.
I'll
Like
say that I left Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I've left very few movies. I there's a lot of movies I don't like, but there are
it's
very
just
few
such an
movies I
average
leave
movie.
angry.
Yeah,
I left that movie pissed.
I think I gave
That
it like a
movie
C.
that movie got in like an F, like F
Oh,
minus from
yeah, I
I
remember you gave
hate
it
that
like a
movie.
bad movie. You
No,
gave it like a terrible grade.
not Jurassic World Dominion, the second
Oh,
one.
the second
The
one. Oh,
second one.
oh, I refused
That
to watch the
was
second one because the the
just
first Jurassic World was so bad that well, not
I
bad, but it
actually
was
had
just
fun with the
average.
first
It was
Jurassic
just
World.
average. You know what I mean? Like it's just an average movie. So it's like,
I
what
had
are we
fun with
doing
it,
here?
but my number one movie now in the past, number one movies have been like movies that I will die for, right? In 2020, it was Tenet. Christopher Nolan, couldn't wait for that. In 2021, it was Dune. We're getting a new sci-fi world. Denis Villeneuve, my boy Timmy,
My boy
die
Timmy.
for it. 2022, it was the Batman. It's like, oh, we got this Batman movie looks amazing. In 2023, it was Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan. 2024 was Dune Part 2. My most anticipated
Yeah,
movie
you
since
just
Endgame.
going back to the well.
But this is definitely the least of those. But I am still really looking forward to Avatar Fire and
Wow,
Ash
I stop.
because I loved Avatar The Way of Water so much. And I think it's got such a better story than people give it credit for. And I just enjoyed being in that world with those stupid ass 3D glasses on, watching that with I saw a second one with you and Howie.
Yeah,
We
no, it
saw
was
that one together, and I had
a great
such
movie.
a
It's a great
I
movie.
had such a great time watching that movie. I cannot wait to be back in Pandora this December. I really wish that there was something else to take the top spot, but I mean this would be top 2 or 3 in any year regardless because I mean this is just hype. This is what you go to the movies to see. So I'm excited for it.
Maybe I'm just burnt out by it took James Cameron so long to make the second one that I almost like am not as excited for like the third one. I will say I have nothing against the Avatar movies. I think James Cameron, what he does with movies, he doesn't make bad movies. Like he really doesn't. And what he's done with that world, like I buy in. Like I'm ready for it. It's
Yeah,
not on my list, but that's probably because like he made us wait so long for the second one, and then he's turning around, he's giving us 3, and then he's gonna turn around and give us 4. Like
I have to say I'm pretty sure that Avatar will probably win the Oscar for best visual effects because that I have to say
it feels like
that
it
for me
always
is
does.
visually appealing. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it, but I don't think it's like higher than most other movies for me. I will say there's a lot of movies that we didn't mention that like there's
I don't know. You
sequels and
mentioned
there's
quite a few in your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
well, I was gonna say like we're getting a new Tron movie. Like
We're getting a
maybe
live
not.
action Lilo and Stitch for some reason.
Yeah, like that's kind of what I was gonna get at. Is like we're getting a lot of like
We,
weird
we want to
sequels
go
and live
around and just
action
give one
stuff.
movie for our least anticipated.
I was
Because
just about to give that. I was
I
just about
have
to give that
mine.
because I do have one.
No.
I want to hear
it's-
yours first.
Are the Pooniverse movies off the table?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
What's yours, Tommy?
Mine is the Minecraft movie.
Oh
That's a
wow.
movie we don't
Okay, that's a
need.
good pick. That's a good pick. That's a good
A
pick.
movie we don't need.
Mine and Brandon, I think you can empathize with this.
Okay.
By far, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. That first one sucked.
Yeah, we
That
don't
was
need a sequel.
a
We
horrible
don't
movie.
need a sequel.
A horrible movie.
I'll
And
be honest, I fell
Well,
asleep.
it's great for
during
the
that. It
fans.
probably
Fans
didn't
of
get the
what?
last half hour of the movie, but I didn't feel the need to watch it.
It's awful.
Yeah,
It's so bad.
That was gonna be my pick if the Pooniverse is off the table. Because we're getting like 3 Pooniverse movies, by the way.
Yeah,
The Conjuring Last Rites might be up there too because that franchise needs to die.
it
Freakier
is
Friday
gonna
doesn't
die.
need to happen.
What about all
They're
the
making
Snow
another
White death
Smurfs movie.
movies?
Snow White.
All the Snow White death movies, not even like the Snow White movie that's coming out, like Snow White and the Evil Queen, the death of Snow White. Like, how bad are these like Snow White movies?
Those are going to be trash.
The
Minecraft movie definitely deserves to be up there for sure. That was a good call.
Like, I don't see Saw 11 being anywhere near the bottom 10 list.
No one mentioned Paddington in Peru, so we're all going to hell.
That was my number 2 for least anticipated.
Least anticipated. Stop.
What?
Who the fuck?
Paddington 2 is literally like maybe the greatest movie ever made.
What?
Yeah. Stand up, walk away. I'll educate him. Tommy, Paddington 2 from a visual, storyline, technical, it might be the greatest movie ever made. Like
I've never watched it.
Like Paddington 2 is like there was a
Paddington
whole like
movies.
joke going around that it was like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, Mitchell. Like it was like the only few 100% like with like thousands of reviews. It's
I
no
think
longer
the Paddington movies are mildly overrated. Mildly. I still really enjoy them.
Stop.
But
Paddington
Tommy,
2 is a
the Paddington Goes to Peru or Paddington in Peru or Paddington Reverse Cowgirl in Peru, whatever it's called.
Paddington at my local
Paddington at your local CVS pharmacy. It's gonna slap, Tommy. And you know what? It comes out the same day as Captain America: Brave New World, and I'm gonna give you a little secret. Captain America's not gonna be the better movie. Just you know.
I think we might also be getting an Insidious movie again. I believe we.
Yeah.
Why? Why? That franchise hasn't been good in
I don't know if
years.
It says Red and Insidious Tale, so I'm assuming it's an Insidious movie.
Why? Why?
Mitchell, if you just go on IMDb and you just scroll down, like you can see some bad movies. Halloween Aftermath, like probably not going to be bad, but like
we got that Michael Jackson biopic coming out.
See, but that one's just going to be like Michael Jackson didn't do anything. Like it's going to like pump him up.
Mortal Kombat 2.
Well,
I actually had some fun with that first Mortal Kombat movie.
If you're a fan of the video games and you played the video games, Mortal Kombat not that bad. But if you have no connection to those at all, it's probably like a Five Nights at Freddy's situation is what it is, Tommy. Like, did you play Five Nights at Freddy's? Like, if people did, you probably like the movie more than Mitchell I. Like,
Zootopia 2?
Man, there's some. The Gettysburg Address. Is that like a documentary? I can't wait. The Watchers.
Another biopic, Roosevelt. by Scorsese and Leo.
I'm actually not even upset about that.
That was good.
I kind of want more biopics, but I want less of like the musical biopic where they just don't touch on anything and they just like skate over everything. Like I don't like that much. I will say I didn't hate One Love, and I liked Elvis, so I don't know, but I didn't see Back in Black, which was I believe the Amy Winehouse biopic. So I did
Nah, I
not see
haven't
it.
either. All right, well, that'll wrap
Are
things up
we
for our
Mickey
no.
Slayhouse? Mickey Slayhouse.
Yeah, no, that's time to wrap things up when we start talking Mickey Slayhouse.
I
Yeah,
mean,
nope.
I'm just
That's
scrolling. Like I am.
we're getting the red
very
light.
much scrolling.
For Tommy Grant and Brandon too. Our next podcast will be our reviews of Insomnia and Oppenheimer, and then we'll do our top and bottom favorite movies, least favorite movies of 2024. Good night. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Take a nice hot shower. I don't care.
Go watch Paddington 2.
Yeah, please, you, Tommy.